these chains in my heart.
It's an abomination.
Sport mode.
Victoria looks really concerned right now.
I've actually messed it right now.
She's eating a block of cheese.
Welcome back to The Black Stool. We are here to celebrate your work as filmmakers. As we all know, we had a challenge in our studio. We had a $10 challenge to go out and get your props, go to the dollar store to get these props, feed yourself, and produce a film. Today is the big day. So, with that being said, let's watch our content and let's see which film is our favorite.
Coming up, we get to see how well our filmmakers can shop with a small budget.
I just want y'all to be, considerate.
You're watching the PDF Film Challenge.
Okay, everyone. So we're now get the chance to see what we did with our time, with our limited amount of resources. So today's a big day. Does anyone want to talk about first off how they felt? What are some things that? What was it?
I got gypped.
Yeah.
I feel like I got gypped because I went to the Dollar Tree down here.
One idea might be out the window, but I got this truck. I just want y'all to be, considerate. Okay? Be a little considerate.
Okay. Anyone else want to talk about their experience?
Over. So I like to say that I'm directionally challenged because I get lost very easily. It never fails.
You were a little distracted.
Just a little bit. Something to eat and something to make a video of, right? So, what if the stuff that you need for the video is the stuff you're gonna eat anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like you kill two birds with one stone.
So during pre-production, whenever we went out and then we're coming back to the studio, I got lost. And so I went a little bit over the time, just a little bit. So I try to make it up in post-production by resting, and I think I regret it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah.
Okay, right on. That sounds pretty good. We have another guy filming us at the moment, Mr. Cameraman, Raphael. Watch this. We're gonna make you do double time.
That was alright. I experimented with the iPhone, shot on iPhone, which I have a friend that would probably hate me.
And of course, we had Antoine here, but Antoine can't make it today. So we actually are fortunate to have Victoria here. Victoria, you have no idea what's really in store here. So what are your thoughts?
I am really excited to see everyone's video because I know everyone here is great. So I'm very excited to see who's greater though.
Who's the greatest? So the pressure is on. We now get to see with the pressure on apparently what we did, how it turned out, what was the process. Well, let's get started. Okay. So first up, we had Clayton who accepted this challenge. Clayton, let's see what you got.
Let's go. I'm ready to win.
The Super Spirit Truck is the coolest truck of 2023. Order your Super Spirit today. It's just the spirit of the wild inside of you.
No.
I feel like everybody wants to buy that toy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll buy one.
I did buy one.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like, little kids and maybe even adults would want that toy to play with. I have it and I play with it all the time. It's at the house,
Respect.
And so, yeah.
Now, how'd you pull off the movement stuff? I
had a fishing rod and reel, and so I just tied the fishing string to it and I'd reel it in. And sometimes it was hidden in the grass, or sometimes you couldn't see it, but sometimes it was like pretty obviously. Okay. But yeah, I think that's all I did. I don't know. Oh, I tried to jump the ditch right there, and there at the end, that was me jumping the ditch. And so, yeah, if we could go to a replay. Go to a replay. So you see it right here? Not right here, but that's Scooby-Doo in the back.
Oh.
So yeah, you can see the line. Here it comes, right here. Oh, big jump. Did you see that? I got air. Not really, but yeah.
And then for music choice, I remember you were going back and forth.
Yeah.
How'd you land on it?
I'm a huge Ted Nugent fan, and so his song "Spirit of the Wild," which was the inspiration behind his hunting show, Spirit of the Wild, which is awesome. I feel like I have the spirit of the wild inside of me, and so I wanted to call that the Spirit of the Wild truck. So yeah.
Awesome.
Respect.
So you were feeling the spirit of the wild. Great. I think it was great. I had a sneak peek. Unfortunately, I saw a little bit of it behind the scenes, but
Yeah.
I think you did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Utilizing what you could and really making it something that works for reels, which is really something happening right now.
Yeah.
We're practically just a small budget, so congratulations. I think
Thank
it's
you.
awesome. So we have seen some great work already. So if I remember correctly, the next person on our list, Raphael, let's check out and see what you did.
Let's see. I'm blind.
You need to let it go.
This is so fun. This was actually a pretty fun
Can't
time.
handle it by next year.
I was able to act, which I don't do a lot.
Maybe I'm like,
Victoria looks really concerned right now.
I'm actually invested right now. Yes, the shots are sick.
That it?
Yeah, that it.
Wow.
Gotta leave him on the hook.
Go ahead, sir. For me, I really saw a bunch of cinematic shots shot, but we learned it was shot on the phone, which is crazy to me. How did you get around some of that lighting? Do you have to use some practical lights at all? Or?
Yeah, I used pretty much a desk lamp that I had, and then just the lights in my room.
Yeah. Now, what was your process of the story? Did you have a general idea, and how did you use your prop? And
Yeah, I always wanted to do something about a detective and all that stuff. And
I have a question.
What's up?
Obviously, you were behind the camera, right? So was it difficult for you to like be behind the camera and frame it? Because you're in it, you're acting as well. So I was just wondering, like, was that difficult for you?
It had to do a lot with me taking a lot of like 6 takes because I had to film it, go back. It was like one of those funny reels that you see like online where they hit record and they go running to the mark,
Yeah.
and then the phone falls. That happened one time, but nah, it was just it was a tedious process, but it was still doable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there was also some of the framing I saw. You have some off-canter moments you had framing where you saw the actor that was kind of off frame, creating some tension in the room. So I think, it's all about using your eye to get that frame, and I think it was a really good example of what you can do for practically nothing. So congratulations. Moving down the line,
yes.
we have Xavier. Xavier, let's see what you were able to put together.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Well, that looks innocent enough for a hungry boy such as yourself, doesn't it, Jimmy? But wait, don't take a bite just yet, Jimmy. Some foods have dangers that are deeper than meets the eye, so let's take a closer look. Ah yes, just as I suspected. That sandwich has been tainted with American cheese. Don't worry, Jimmy, you're safe now. However, those at home may not be. You see, American cheese cannot legally be called cheese. Rather, it's considered cheese product, as only less than 51% of the product contains actual cheese. Who knows what the other 49% may contain? This abomination could have hurt you, Jimmy. Thankfully, you have other, safer options. Ah, yes, there you go. Now be safe out there, and be sure to avoid any fake cheeses that are out to get you.
Wow, that's awesome, dude. Wow, okay.
I like the wallpaper.
So,
It does feel old timey.
Yeah.
I think it fit.
Yeah.
what do you think? First thoughts?
Okay, so for starters, like I said, I was running out of time. I was actually late in overtime for pre-production, so for post, I was like, okay, I just gotta get it done. Like, hurry up to make up for time. So I feel like that hurt me because the audio I had to do when everyone was asleep, so I was kind of like whisper talking whenever I did it, so I feel like that bit me. But it was fun. The reason I did it was because, one, if I wanted to save money and buy myself lunch at the same time, I figured, well, what if the props that I had to buy for a set were also edible? So I thought of cheese because cheese is good. I have a lot of hate towards American cheese for very obvious reasons.
And I was like, you know what? I just recently saw like a really stupid PSA that I thought was really funny. So I thought, why not make an old timey PSA myself, just for the fun of it. But yeah, that's kind of where I went with it.
Everyone so far has been giving a different example of what we can do, and I feel like yours is unique to it's a comical, so you're acting in it.
But it was informative too. Like I had no idea.
It was informative, and I think that was something definitely was a unique perspective. With that being said, we have one more film. Antoine is not able to join us today, so we are going to watch this film and see what he did, and hopefully give some good feedback.
Growing up in Mozambique, Mauritania, let's actually call it refugee camp. We were surrounded by mountains. My friends and I, we would often go to the mountains. The mountains was a beautiful place to go with families and loved ones, but we would often go with friends. The mountains represent the motherland, and that's why I decided to draw this post to represent where I came from, my childhood, and all the good memories.
Wow. So I guess I can say a few things about Antoine. First off, my first impressions was very introspective. We all know that Antoine is a very talented, aspiring filmmaker, and this we were talking about is one of his first kind of film projects. So considering with a $10 budget, he had the idea to basically use a pencil and paper to work out his idea. I think he did a fantastic job. And another thing too, he edited on his phone with an app. And I don't know, what are some thoughts here?
I really like the direction he took with it. I mean, pencil and paper is something that you're gonna have in every household, but he saw potential and it was like, yeah, I can make something really good with this, tell my story in the way that I know how. And it was great. I loved it. It was fun.
Yeah, I have to agree with Xavier. I think, like, going to the dollar store, like, there's a lot of variety, you know, and you don't really know what to pick. And something so simple as, like, just a paper and a pencil is very, like, down to earth. And, like, that's what his story is, too. So I think it reflected very well.
So Antoine, we know you're probably watching this, so congratulations, you did a fantastic job. So now the moment of truth. We're gonna figure out who did the best, who is doing it the correct way, and who's gonna be our winner for this $10 challenge. First up, Sir Clayton, as we sent you off first, what did you end up eating? We want to know what you ate, and more importantly, did you go over budget on this?
I was actually, I think it was like $9.27. So I had a little bit left over, but I don't know, I was trying to be funny, I guess. I don't know, I got canned oysters, canned smoked oysters. And against Raphael, I was like, I wouldn't do that. But I was like, no, I'm doing it. And
so you had jalapenos in it.
But then I got a pickled jalapenos and baconettes, I think, chicharrones. And I was gonna make like a little sandwich or like a little hors d'oeuvre looking thing, you know. It was gonna be really fancy, but it was disgusting. And so I don't know. I actually didn't even like really eat any of it. So
I think that's a point for discussing food. Let's give Clayton a point on our little virtual attack right here. Okay, fantastic. Let's move on. Raphael. So your thing, you had a $3. Wow, that's pretty massive. So let's give him a point for being efficient with his budget, okay? But not so much for the food choice. I think the food choice was probably not the best, so fantastic. We'll pass it to Xavier.
Oh boy.
Xavier, what did you end up eating, and what's your budget on this one?
So, of course, my whole thing was buying stuff that you can eat for also props, right? So, easiest thing to do with American cheese would be to just buy sandwich supplies. So I just got bread, bologna, the American cheese, and the block of cheese. And that was the only time I decided it's worth it to eat American cheese just for this challenge. So I think I deserve a point for sucking it up. I'm just, no.
Risked your life.
I risked my life right there, you know? Like, it could have been bad. But, no, yeah, and I think I had like 3 something and change as well. So, yeah, that's what I ended up going for. But I did go over time, which I will give you that.
Okay. So I think he gets a point for being effective, for going out there on a limb and having so much cheese. I think that's, we'll give him a point, but we also got to subtract the point because he went over the time limit. So let's give you a big X here. So we had to go in time. We had to be efficient with our money. We had actually a lot of people here that went on the budget correctly. So Antoine's not here, so we can't necessarily get his feedback. So that being said, who do we feel like took this challenge and probably would be our pick PDF first ever $10 challenge? Let's see.
I feel like this was a really close call, but I want to give the win to Raphael, specifically because of how he took everything, everyday objects that you'd have around the house to do exactly what we needed, and it looked great. It's stuff that everybody would have around the house. You got lamps, he used a t-shirt to diffuse, that's really creative. He used his phone to record, and it looked great. And I feel like that really showed that anybody can make anything that would look great. You just gotta get creative enough to figure out what you can use and how to utilize it.
Awesome. Sorry.
So I agree with Xavier. Everyone did great in their own way, but I really do feel like Raphael took the challenge, and it's just like Xavier was saying, like he was utilizing what he had, and that's inspiring for people who don't have the equipment and etc. So yeah, I think Raphael took it.
Okay.
Thank you. I think Clayton for me is just because I can always use a good laugh, and it was it made my day. It was very fun. Like when I see that, I think of summer, and I usually kind of get summertime sadness. So this is probably a good thing to do when I go next summer. Just watch this. All right, I'm ready.
You watch it every day.
Yeah, I watch it every day. Yeah, I really liked it. There's a lot of good entries too. Antoine's was good too, but just because it made my day and it made me laugh. And I think that's the point of film, is like we're supposed to take you out of everyday life, just a good distraction, you know? And that's what that made me do. So.
Thank you. Well, yeah, I watch it every day, by the way.
I live it. I drove here with it.
No, I think I think Xavier nailed it. Like, I think Raphael did great. Well, no, I mean what you said about Raphael.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Whoa, hold on.
I no longer eat cheese.
I think that, no, I think your video is good as Xavier, but yeah, I think Raphael probably takes it because it was really good, and, you know, he used what was there. And I like ravioli too. I should have got the ravioli. So.
Probably gonna say for a bet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'm glad that Antoine though got the cookies because I actually got to eat something. So.
Sure.
Well, it looks like we have a split decision here. So, big question is, what do you think? We want to know in the comments. Give us some feedback. This was the first ever challenge we've had. Love to do some more challenges. If you have any ideas, of course, please let us know. This is Story in the Making and the $10 challenge.